Spoiler warning. If you haven't seen the film, go watch it. It's on the channel, so pause the video and come back. If you haven't seen the film and still care about spoilers, you can skip to the end for my final thoughts and score. For the rest of you, let's begin the review. It's movie review time. CarChase the movie is a 2017 satirical action comedy film directed by Camden Jewell and stars Matthew Simpson, Cason Farr, Riley Roberson, Jonathan Rudd, and newcomers Malachi Broadhead and Abel Lovin. The movie is about a car chase, or, well, not a car chase. A car chase that has cars but no chase. The concept is fairly simple. What if we film a car chase, but the cars don't move? An interesting idea with lots of great potential. The concept overall is actually really funny, and for the most part the film nails this down. Through sound effects and some physical elements like having people shake the cars, the movie sells this effect of an intense car chase without even moving. The movie is very similar to Briefcase in its very absurdist nature. The acting is over the top, the stunts are laughably silly, and the whole atmosphere is just one big laugh. Now, just because something wasn't meant to be taken seriously, doesn't mean it's automatically good. CarChase may have meant to be one big laugh, but let's see if it still holds up years later. Let's start as usual with cinematography. The cinematography in this movie is shaky, but that's part of the point. The movie kind of just shakes the camera and does these weird wave motions in an attempt to sell these cars are moving. And sometimes it really works, but other times it gets really confusing. Another unique way this movie sells the car moving effect is by having people stand on the cars and just jump up and down and shake them. This would work well if I couldn't see the people. NANI? Another thing is the movie is bright. Like, really bright. Okay, maybe not that bright, but the background is completely blown out most of the time, and heck, even their faces are as white as the sun here. I get that the color correcting was meant to be slightly overdone to kind of make fun of highly saturated action movies, but it would be nice to see their faces. This is an area where I can't tell if it's clever parody or just bad filmmaking, so we'll meet in the middle and say it was a clever accident. So yeah, the cinematography is bad, but like Briefcase, it's kind of supposed to be. Now, it's nowhere near as clear as Briefcase, as the film was shot on an iPhone as Cyberdime reverted back to their old ways, but I think the comedic intent is here, if not a little overdone sometimes. So I say the cinematography is in the middle. Not the best I've seen, but not the worst either. The cinematography is slightly above average. Well, now that one of the best parts of the movie is over, let's move on to the story.
I'm doing it! I'm doing it! Yeah! Yeah! And some of these, and some of these. Almost there, and done. Now let's see how it looks so far. The break time!
So yeah, much like Cyberdime's early work, there is no script to be found. But no script doesn't mean a bad movie. A good story can still be improvised, as Cyberdime will later prove. But how does this movie hold up? Well, let's look at the story. You have the country dudes, even though the only country thing about them is their music and their accent, I guess, but you have the country dudes versus the hip dudes who like rap music. And for some reason they have to,
man, let's show them how cool and hip we are.
So this leads not into a race like you'd expect, but leads the one dude, Travis, to get out of his car, beat up the other driver, shoot at the other hip dude who tried jumping the cars but has to hold on, miss all of his shots, and then just bonk him on the head, killing him. Then the hip driver ends up crashing while being trumped.
Oh, dang. To the wall.
But then all of a sudden another guy shows up and rams into them, which prompts Travis to jump on the car, nearly fall off, try to shoot the other driver, but then fly off and get run over, leaving only Cletus, who then surrenders, but the other driver is apparently a cold-hearted killer who just runs into him. I don't know, the editing is weird here, but then boom, the other driver claims success, and the movie is over.
Wow. Let's do that again! No!
So, the story is pretty, non-existent. I mean, I guess there's a plot, but not really. The movie just sort of starts abruptly and ends abruptly, without much substance in between. Like, we don't know who any of these people are or why they're chasing each other outside of...
We gotta put a stop to them.
And then this other character of other guy just shows up and decides to ram into the truck for no reason. The movie is pretty much pure chaos, but that's kind of why it works. The movie is very much like Briefcase in the sense that it really is just pure action. Not much plot, even less so than Briefcase this time, and it pretty much is more concerned with quote-unquote cool stunts. Now, as Briefcase showed us, you don't need deep characters or really deep plots to have an entertaining movie, but the problem is this has nothing. Nothing at all to really hook the audience. A little bit of plot setup would have really helped the audience at least understand what's going on, if not actually care for the characters. A little. So, the plot is pretty thrown together. How about the dialogue? The dialogue this time around is...
What is he doing?
well, somewhat better than Briefcase. Yeah, the movie tries even less on the dialogue than the plot, so the dialogue has pretty much no substance. The best line is... and that pretty much has to do more with the delivery than the line. I mean, the lines seem less made up than Briefcase, but just barely. Unlike Briefcase, however, there aren't really any jokes in the dialogue. I mean, I guess the part is a joke, but like, not really. But like established before, this was meant to be a visual and physical comedy rather than witty dialogue. The dialogue is pretty forgettable, but not offensively bad. Just kind of background music to what's going on. But once again, bad dialogue can seem great given the right actor, so how is it acting this time around? The acting in CarChase is surprisingly decent.
What is he doing? Okay.
Besides that, yeah, strange. The first time I really don't have that much negative to say about the acting. The acting is like Briefcase, but up a whole level. They are no longer being awkward and concerned about how they look or sound, they are just fully committed to their roles. The acting is dumb, but fun. Everyone basically plays an idiot, but they all fully give to that role. Not a single actor here doesn't try. The acting, especially the physical stunts by Malachi and Matthew, are really what sell this movie and take it from being just another Briefcase. The acting gives the energy this movie needs. If the actors had given any less, this would have been an awkward slog to get through, but thankfully they deliver. Now, there aren't any Oscar-worthy moments here, and from a technical level it's very amateurish, but considering the previous installments, this one definitely shines through. The actors are no longer held back, and honestly, this gives a great hope for future movies to come. Or not. CarChase has always been a classic. The story may be weak or non-existent, and the dialogue is just as stale. But the saving grace of the movie is the combined acting and cinematography to create a decently convincing action scene. One thing I didn't really talk about earlier that also helps sell this feeling is the sound effects. The wind rushing, the cars revving, all of it create a surprisingly action-packed short that is so much fun to revisit time and time again. Sure, the movie has a lot of flaws, like the fact that every shot you can see either someone who has already died or isn't supposed to be on the screen. But it's still really fun. I can't believe I'm saying this, but for once, the acting is what makes this movie. That's right, acting is the best part of a Cyberdime movie. Don't worry, it won't last long, but it's nice while it lasts. I give CarChase a 62 out of 100, meaning it has taken the throne from its spiritual predecessor, Briefcase. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for some more movie review time.